Welcome to another episode of our educational podcast, where we explore the fascinating world of philosophy. If you're passionate about deep understanding and the art of questioning, you're in the right place. Join our community by subscribing for free educational content, and let's embark on this journey of knowledge together. Today, we're delving into a method that has shaped the way we think and communicate, the Socratic Method. Named after the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, this approach uses thoughtful questioning to examine beliefs, test reasoning, and uncover contradictions. Socrates believed that through dialogue, we could reach a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Unlike traditional forms of education that often focus on memorization, the Socratic method encourages active participation in discussions that lead to discovery and insight. This method involves a series of structured steps, each designed to guide individuals toward a clearer understanding. The first step starts with a fundamental question, such as "What is justice?" or "What is courage?" The respondent then shares their initial answer, offering a definition or explanation. Following this, Socrates engages in a counter-examination, posing further questions that challenge their definition, often presenting counterexamples that highlight its weaknesses. As the individual responds, they then refine their answer in light of these discussions, ultimately leading to a better-formed definition. This process can repeat several times, promoting collaborative truth-seeking rather than a competition to be right. An interesting fact about the Socratic method is that Plato's dialogues, often featuring Socratic questioning, typically conclude in a state of aporia, or puzzlement, rather than providing definitive answers. This suggests that the value lies not in finding the right answer but in the inquiry itself. One of the most powerful images Socrates used to describe his method was that of a midwife. He claimed that just as a midwife helps others give birth to their children, he helped individuals give birth to their own ideas through questioning. This metaphor highlights several important aspects of the Socratic method. It's inherently cooperative, requires active participation, respects the individual's autonomy in developing understanding, and acknowledges the process of discovery can be uncomfortable but ultimately rewarding. Socrates practiced this method in a time when education was more about rote learning and direct transmission of knowledge, making his approach revolutionary. So, what's the ultimate goal of the Socratic method? It goes beyond winning arguments. It's about pursuing greater understanding and wisdom through collaborative inquiry. Socrates aimed to help people carefully consider their beliefs, identify contradictions, and cultivate a more coherent view. This approach fosters intellectual humility, encouraging us to recognize that our knowledge is never complete, and we must remain open to learning. Critically, the Socratic method helps improve our reasoning skills, which are applicable in all areas of life, from moral decision-making to professional judgment and everyday problem-solving. Did you know Socrates famously stated that the unexamined life is not worth living? Thus, the Socratic method becomes not merely an intellectual exercise but a moral imperative in leading a thoughtful life. Now, let's talk about the types of questions that drive this method. Socratic questioning employs several distinct types of inquiries designed to promote deeper thinking. Clarification questions, such as "What do you mean by that?" or "Could you give me an example?" aim at understanding concepts better. Probing assumptions involves asking, "What are you assuming?" or "Why do you think that is true?" These questions help unearth the foundations of beliefs. Then there are probing evidence and reasoning questions, which might ask, "What evidence supports your view?" leading us to reflect on our justification for beliefs. Viewpoint questions prompt us to consider alternative perspectives. For example, "How might someone else see this?" or "What would be a counterargument?" Implication questions explore the consequences of thoughts. If that is true, what follows? Finally, questions about the question enable us to reflect on the importance of our inquiry. Why is this question significant? Each type serves a purpose, aiding in developing clearer thinking and deeper understanding. As we consider the modern applications of the Socratic method, we find it is widely used in various educational contexts. In law schools, the case method encourages students to engage in Socratic questioning about judicial decisions, fostering critical thinking and analytical reasoning. In primary and secondary education, Socratic seminars invite students to discuss texts collaboratively, exploring ideas together rather than passively receiving information. This emphasizes the importance of inquiry-based learning, where students are encouraged to ask questions and follow their curiosity. Unlike traditional education, with its focus on memorization, the Socratic method prioritizes the learning process and the development of intellectual independence. Interestingly, educational reformers like John Dewey and Paulo Freire have advocated for dialogic approaches that echo Socratic principles. Knowing how the Socratic method differs from formal debate is also essential. While both involve questioning and argumentation, their goals diverge significantly. Socratic dialogue seeks mutual understanding in truth, engaging collaboratively to clarify thoughts. In contrast, debate is adversarial, each side aims to win by persuading the audience. This difference is crucial because, within Socratic inquiry, participants are encouraged to change their minds when confronted with better arguments. This openness is less prevalent in formal debates, where maintaining one's position often takes precedence. Many legal scholars criticize modern legal education for leaning toward legal debate rather than true Socratic inquiry. They argue that this shift detracts from the original spirit of Socratic questioning, focusing more on argumentation than understanding. In the realm of psychotherapy, the Socratic method also plays a significant role, especially in cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Therapists employ questioning techniques to help clients examine and alter unhelpful thoughts, prompting them to assess their assumptions and evaluate the evidence for their beliefs. For instance, a therapist might ask, "What evidence supports this belief?" This collaborative questioning not only aids self-awareness but also helps clients break free from automatic negative thoughts, fostering healthier perspectives. Clinical studies validate the effectiveness of Socratic questioning in therapy, demonstrating its ability to significantly mitigate symptoms of conditions like depression and anxiety. However, it's essential to acknowledge the limitations of the Socratic method. First, it can be time-intensive, requiring a significant investment of time for thoughtful dialogue, making it less practical for quick responses or where information must be transferred rapidly. The quality of the dialogue hinges heavily on the skill of the questioner. Ineffective questioning can mislead or confuse. Moreover, it assumes that participants are capable of reasoned dialogue, which may falter when beliefs are deeply rooted in emotion or personal identity. The method can also create discomfort as individuals have their beliefs scrutinized, and not everyone is ready for such inquiry. Lastly, it's worth noting that while the Socratic method excels in examining concepts and reasoning, it's less suited for transmitting factual knowledge that needs to be learned directly. Socrates himself acknowledged potential negative effects for those unprepared for philosophical inquiry, emphasizing that this method should be applied in appropriate contexts. To cultivate Socratic thinking skills is to engage in a lifelong practice focusing on deliberate effort and reflection. Start by practicing curiosity, approach conversations with a genuine desire to understand rather than to prove a point. Train yourself to identify hidden assumptions in discussions, both your own and others. Actively seek counterexamples when holding a belief, challenging your views to strengthen your understanding. Implement the 5 whys technique, asking why multiple times to trace reasoning back to its foundational principles. Practice suspending judgment until you've considered evidence from multiple perspectives. Most importantly, embrace not knowing. Accepting that you may not have all the answers can be a powerful starting point for learning. Many successful leaders credit their ability to make sound decisions to the practice of Socratic questioning, which helps them evade groupthink and uncover overlooked possibilities. The Socratic method offers a skill set for engaging with the world intelligently and thoughtfully. By embracing this art of questioning, we empower ourselves to navigate life with clarity and insight. In today's episode, we explored the Socratic method, a profound art of questioning that encourages us to engage thoughtfully with our beliefs and ideas. By following a structured inquiry, we learned how to examine our thoughts critically, fostering deeper understanding and intellectual humility. We uncovered its applications in education and psychotherapy and recognized its similarities and differences with formal debate. Ultimately, the Socratic method empowers us to think for ourselves and engage with the world meaningfully, reminding us that the journey toward understanding is as valuable as the answers we seek. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Socratic method. We hope you found inspiration to apply these questioning techniques in your own life. Don't forget to subscribe for more engaging discussions on philosophy and critical thinking. Until next time, keep questioning and seeking understanding.